Hello, I'm Laura. You will see and hear me in this video, and you will hear my husband, but you won't see him. This video will be about a question that was questions that were brought up by one of our viewers for the Journey of a Soul Part 3 video that is on YouTube as well as in our Facebook group. And if you want, you can subscribe to our Facebook group. It's called Clearing, Healing, and Guidance, or our YouTube channel is 190 Vision. And through both places, you'll be able to see different videos and read different stories and comments from other individuals who are clients of ours or have something to share. In this case, the question came directly with the YouTube video, and this is from Rhonda. And she wrote here, when I was the age of 6 or 7, I had a conversation with someone who had passed away. Later, when my mother told people that story, she was asked if I was born with a veil over my face. What does that mean? Is there such a thing? Does it have anything to do with the veil of forgetfulness? And now my husband will answer.
This will be a very short video. Yes.
Yes to what? There are so many questions. Is it all the same question?
Huh? Oh, I thought it was just one question. I don't remember. Is it the same with the veil?
What does that mean, to be born with a veil over her face?
Oh. Well, you know. Okay. Did we discuss that in that video? The one that...
We discussed the veil of forgetfulness a little bit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit?
A little bit. I don't recall going too much in depth into it.
There's not much to say about it, really.
Right. Go ahead, I'll let you discuss it.
So, no, you're not born with a physical veil over your face, right?
Right.
What happens is, it's similar to, okay, so when you're in heaven getting your training, and we talked about how when a soul is up in heaven, it's been trained before it embodies on earth, correct?
Correct.
So that it knows it's prepared for its mission here, whatever that mission is that it chose to accomplish, its purpose here on earth. But because we have karma, the challenge is that, okay, you still have to find a way. We've trained you, but you have to remember this. You have to figure this out when you get down there. And the way that you'll figure it out is you have to balance karma. You have to get closer to God. And whether or not you believe in God or a higher being, whatever it is, until you can raise your consciousness, you'll still be far away from your purpose.
Okay.
So our purpose in life, when people ask, oh, I don't know what my purpose is, I always tell them, your purpose is to get as close to God as possible. Your purpose is to ascend back to heaven, to be with our Father. That's it. Mm-hmm. I know they're talking about what they're supposed to be doing in life.
Right.
But really, if you want to know what you're supposed to do in life, just focus on being closer to God. And by doing that, it will become clear. Because your reception is becoming clear because you're clearing karma.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
So now here's the thing. When you're up there getting your training, so let's say, for example, somebody's supposed to be a teacher. They start to receive their training to be a teacher, right? How to speak in public, how to explain things in details, whatever they need to be that teacher on earth. Just before they're born, when they're coming through that birth canal, their memory of all their training in heaven is erased. Right? As in, it's maybe not erased.
I wouldn't think it would be erased.
But something is placed there, like a veil. It's called the veil of forgetfulness.
Right.
But it's more of a frequency veil. Right?
Okay.
You can't see it.
A veil of frequency.
Right. A frequency that kind of scrambles your memory of your training in heaven. How about that?
Okay.
So they scramble it. And your job is to get it back on track, to de-scramble that sucker so that it's back together, and then you know what you're supposed to be doing. Because you'll know, because all of a sudden you can talk without being shy in public. All of a sudden you want to hang around people and teach them things. You'll see more and more. And when you're born, you'll see that. You'll see that you'll have certain tendencies already because you don't forget everything.
Right.
Your karma is not that great for that one embodiment for you to forget everything. There'll be little signals there, like, oh, I like doing this. I wonder what that means. But the closer you get to God, as you clear more karma, things become clearer. Obviously, you want to go to a training workshop about how to teach. And then you follow that. And as you get closer to God, you say, I love teaching. I'm going to teach. And then you just start doing that.
Okay.
The veil then that's placed on you, which is that frequency, you're the one that starts to remove it by clearing karma. Make sense?
Yes,
So
it
it's
makes
put
sense to
there.
me.
It's put there, but then with your deeds, with your dharma, you start to remove it little by little. The more you remove, the more you start to feel connected with what you're doing, what you're supposed to do. And again, as you feel more connected to it, you enjoy it. After all, I really enjoy doing this. Even though in the beginning, you might say, that's a bad idea. It's like when God appeared to Moses in the burning bush. And Moses said, I'm the wrong person for this, God. You know that. Why was he the wrong person in his eyes?
Because he was banished from the city he had just left, and he had killed a man, and he just all these bad things that he thought he did. No?
No, that's not.
See, I don't know the Bible stories.
No, see, that goes back to different levels of understanding.
Levels of
Right? Because that
understanding,
makes sense.
yes.
Those are good reasons.
That's what they showed in the movie.
But there's a bigger reason, though.
Okay, so what was the big
Remember
reason?
We talked about this a while back. My wife doesn't remember when we talk about things. I don't know. Think I would stop talking.
I am working on perfect memory still.
See, work on it.
Okay, I have perfect memery. I am removing the veil of yes.
It's not good. You remember when we talked about there was one thing about Moses that was very apparent. Everybody knew that happened to be around him. That this situation was there that affected him, and that's why he said, "No, I'm the wrong person. Don't try to get me to do this."
I don't recall.
He stuttered.
He stuttered.
Yes.
I recall it now that you're saying that, but I don't recall that being anywhere in the Bible
Oh, that's
or
in the Bible.
any movies.
Oh, that's maybe not in the movies, but
because I learned the Bible through movies.
if you can research that, if you just type in Moses' stutter on internet, I'm sure you'll find it.
Wow.
I don't know what part of the Bible. I know it's in the Jewish Bible, which we have, right? We have that one.
We have one.
But it might not be in the New Testament because that's all about Jesus.
Right. It'd be the Old Testament.
Right. It'd probably be in the Old Testament. But no, he stuttered. So because of that, see again, Moses was acting like every normal human being. How could you expect me to go and be your spokesperson
When I cannot even speak properly.
Right.
I get it now.
Like
Okay, he's trying too hard to stutter here.
So imagine how long that would take to argue with Pharaoh.
Mm-hmm. That would take a while.
Now how was that solved? He had Aaron go with him. God sent Aaron with him, and that's why Aaron was a spokesperson. See, Moses didn't talk. Aaron did the talking.
I didn't know that either.
So anyway, but in the movies, Moses is the one doing the talking. Maybe they took the stutter away after a while. I don't know about that part. The point is that we limit ourselves because that's how we see ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. But if we, as we get closer to God, and as Moses got closer to God, he wasn't hesitant in doing anything after a while. Maybe in the beginning, he was like, am I really going to turn this thing into a snake? Really, what was going to happen with this thing? I don't think he knew what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Is something really going to happen? And he probably started out not feeling so confident. But as God showed him, hey, I told you this was not to worry about it, mm-hmm. he became more confident. The same thing with us. We get our training, mm-hmm. and we're here, and as we clear karma, things seem to become easier. So then we become more confident following that pathway, see? And then we can attack it more. We're excited about doing it. And that's how we know that that's our purpose. That's why one of the videos we talked about, that movie, Made in Heaven. Because to me, that's a good movie to see how the soul is prepared from heaven and what happens when they get to earth. How one forgets completely, when it's just totally disconnected, sort of, but not really. He just didn't remember because she was just out there. And the other one just knew exactly what she was supposed to do and followed the path the whole way. It's a
Made
good
in
movie to
heaven.
watch. Made in heaven. So, did we answer that question? What's the question?
Well, what does that dream mean? Is there a
Oh, that's the
what does not the dream?
veil
What
of
does the
forgetfulness.
veil of forgetfulness
Right.
mean?
So that's right. So it's similar because there are a lot of cultures that believe that when babies are born, they're born with something over their eyes, right?
Okay.
So they don't see things, and some are born with it's removed so they can see. Okay, and that's how it's actually referred to. Oh, so the baby was born with its eyes open, but some people say that the baby was born with his eyes open, which means that they see this baby as they can see things already.
Oh.
And they're just a baby, so they're extra special.
I never paid attention to how my kids are, they were born with their eyes open or closed.
I didn't either. Actually, I was just happy they were born healthy.
I
thank
know.
God. So, except for the youngest one, but we're happy with her too. So that's a good example, though, of the baby looking at, and that has nothing to do with this question, but the other question where the baby's looking at the environment and saying, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go now.
He's switching video topics right now.
But that's, remember that? Because
Yes, I
she
remember
saw that she would come, she chose to balance an illness, and she was worried about how much it would cost us. And
Right.
then you had to tell her, don't worry about it. We can handle it. We'll be fine.
That was our
And then
youngest
she
daughter.
chose to come after that. But people that don't have that blessing, when there's somebody around where it can help them communicate with their soul, then the miscarriage takes place because they don't assure the soul that everything will be fine.
Right.
So it makes a difference when somebody can help with that. Anyway,
that we digressed because of the topic of babies, but getting back to was that is
So,
that
yes.
like the veil of forgetfulness?
It is. It's just given a different term in different cultures. So they might say the baby's born with its eyes open, which means that the veil is not there. So this baby can see things. They remember things from their previous embodiment or even from their training up in heaven. And that's how we should pay attention to what the kids say, right? They'll say things that don't seem to make sense to us.
Right.
But if we just believe in what they're saying, because they're not going to make it up, we can help them develop nicely. And they don't have to leave or feel bad about what they see, because they know exactly.
Okay. I think that also in the video we referenced individuals who are born and they remember their past lives. That's something else that will show that they haven't gone through that veil of forgetfulness for those certain things for a reason, but then later on in life they forget all of it. And that's because they were only supposed to remember for that short time for whatever the reason was. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, please be sure to send them over to us, subscribe, like, and we'll see you in the next video.